Hello and welcome back to the channel. And as promised, here we are in YGO Omega, where because unfortunately I will not be actually able to attend locals this weekend as I would have hoped, as I mentioned in my deck profile for this list of the Runick stun list that I'm playing that I was going for in for surgery. I'm still recovering, hence why you're not going to be seeing my face at all in this video. It's just going to be audio only because I'm currently laying down in bed whilst recording this video. So yeah, this is obviously now my definitive list for this, but you'll see some slight variations in a few of the duels because this is only like a today thing where it's locked in. Um, and yeah, I I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get cracking with the very first game, or one of the first games that I brought this deck up into the online with, and that was up against Yummy, which was also the very first time I actually properly played someone playing Yummy. Okay, so the very first game we have here is against Yummy. Now, this was again, we're talking about August here when I was playing this deck, and I barely knew what I was doing. Like that one day of peace activation actually saved me this turn because I had Fossil Dyna, but they had the Imperm for it, and so again, this was like my very first proper duel with this deck, so I didn't really know what all the Runick cards done. I didn't know what like the optimal way of doing things were. So they basically get to go full Yummy combo here. But because I did that one day apiece, it actually saved my ass from being absolutely shafted straight away. So yeah, they go into battle phase. A lot of my shit gets attacked over, and he attacks me, and we both have forgotten about the one day apiece. So then he makes another herald and passes turn. So I draw, go for the flashing fire. Then in main one, I go for card scanner, which is honestly one of my favorite cards now from this deck. Then I get my another fountain. I set Tikaboo. I try to activate Fountain, it doesn't work, so then I summon Border and pass. And then they go to use their Yummy stuff, and then I flip up Tikaboo and they stall out the time. So going into game two, uh, again, they get to go first, so they go basically full combo here. But that is one of the things that I have noticed an awful lot when it comes to playing this deck online. Like once they realize that, I'm a stun player, that they're going to wait out the time. So that is unfortunately how most or nearly all of my wins have been. So go use attempt to get the fountain up, doesn't happen. So I go for the desires into the duality, get the runic tip and summon Fossil Dynus, set 3 pass. And then, they draw for turn, they use the Mimigun and go for the field spell, activate Imperm on Fossil Dynus, so that way they can still go, and that's when I activate Skill Drain, but I activated it in the Imperm column, which I at the time I was like, why isn't it working? And then I realized, oh, it was in the Imperm column. And so then I obviously bring out Murine, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, but because this is my knowledge of now, like, oh, this is actually the go-to one, because every end phase, as you see it popping up, I attempt to gain the 1,000, but because of skill drain, it's not going to go through. But eventually my opponent does bounce the skill drain back, and of course, I get the False Dynamo Mirror Shield combo going. They actually attack into me for with their SP for whatever reason, as they set 2 pass, and then I draw, go for the duality. I opt to add Inspector Border instead of Runic Tip for some reason. And so then I set it, and then again, getting close to the end here, they go do their bunch of stuff. They bounce Miriam and Skill Drain back to hand. But then, there's still nothing they can do to out a Fossil Dyna Moon Mirror Shield. So I get them down to 150 life points, and then they set one pass, I draw, I flip border, and they surrendered. Okay, so this second duel is up against a very interesting deck, where it is Memento, Goblin Bikers, and I think Fiendsmith, and then of course some Speedroid cards there as well. So again, this was when I didn't really know too much about the deck. It was again very early on in my playtesting as I was still acquiring cards, and so basically the Fossil Dyna, and didn't really see again too much that I could have used, and then of course they have the droplet in hand for the Fossil Dyna. And then they just, pop off, and but I do actually take this down because they ran out of time. However, because this is actually one that went to game 3, so game 2 again they go first. They're doing the whole Memento combos and so on and so forth. I've gone up against Memento a few times. Still don't know half of what they do. I just know that once they get the big Creation King out, I believe they can attack me directly. So yeah, they're going to go keep doing their combo. And I'm looking here at my hand, I'm like, okay, I got Fossil Dyna, I got Moon Mirror Shield, I got Smithing Ground, which is good because it's actually one of my favorite Runick cards. And then I have Flashing Fire as well as Pot of Duality to dig a little deeper into my deck to see if there's anything else that I might get to add. But I'm actually recording this audio now a few days after my surgery for the ingrown toenail, and I'm actually good. It's healing up well. I'm able to walk properly. I had zero pain whatsoever. So probably won't be going to locals this weekend, but there'll definitely be local chronicles coming soon. So again, since I have so many cards, Smithing Ground can just banish a lot from their deck. However, when I got the draw from Runick Fountain, it was double border, which this can happen, and unfortunately I do lose the duel. So then we're going to game 3, where I go for tip to get Murian. I go the Fossil Dyna, Moon Mirror Shield, plus the Messenger of Peace, and this is the duel where I'm like, oh, so that's what Murian does. I like that. But then of course he tries to do something, and I use Murian to protect, or I think he tacked into it. I did flip Rivalry, and so again, Messenger of Peace is like really preventing him from doing anything. So he literally had to set the Droll, which Droll definitely does hurt me because I like to draw. And then of course I get Di-Fi in hand, but I don't activate it. And he goes again, and I flip the Skill Drain up, which means he can special summon, but there's really not much that they can do, and then I do eventually take down the win because of time. So yeah, like I really am enjoying this deck. I haven't been playtesting it too much, of course, because I've had the surgery and that, and then there goes my phone again. But yeah, let's go on to the third game that I have to share with you, because again I get double Fossil Dyna, double Moon Mirror Shield, so he ends up rage quitting. Okay, so the last duel that I have here is one that I should not have won. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's against Lunarlight, and I, by right, should not have won this. The only reason I won is because the opponent ran out of time. And that is simply because with Lunarlight, they have that new fusion, Liger Dancer, which means my Messenger of Peace won't affect it for shit, because I should know, because I went up against a friend of mine at locals who was on this deck, and he mollywopped me because like Liger Dancer just doesn't give two shits. So yeah, that's why this one is like a quick one, because they're doing their combo and stuff, and then eventually I get going myself. But by right, I should not have won this. I don't think they had a way to get to Liger Dancer in game one. But yeah, they by right, I should have had my ass handed to me, because there's also effects where you can boost Liger Dancer to like 6800 and get that hit to my dome, like they try with Baguska and that. And then here's the Liger Dancer herself, and I try a good few things. Got rid of the SP, got rid of the Baguska and stuff, and try to do my things, dig a bit deeper, grab the border. Don't know why I grabbed border over Fossil Dyna. To be honest with you, get the draw, because I fucking drew into another border anyway. So some of the border set one pass. Back comes Baguska, back comes SP. So again, I get the draws. I go for the tip to do more things to try and deck them out. But yeah, by all rights, I should have lost this duel. But there you guys go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and you're still not crucifying me for the deck that I'm playing. But yeah, I hope to see you all on the next upload. I just have to figure out what the next upload is going to be. Maybe it'll be a live recording of me on YGO Omega. Who knows? But I hope to see you all next time.